Hello everybody. Welcome back to class. I hope that you're all safe and doing well in your homes as we practice this social distancing. So this is just going to be a really quick video that kind of updates you guys on the shift of our course to being online. So first thing up is service learning. So obviously, we're not doing service learning out in the community anymore. So I created a couple of alternative service learning assignments. You guys still have to complete the minimum of 15 service learning hours in order to pass this course. But, a lot of you have already completed a lot of those hours. And so let's say you only need 3 more hours. You would only complete a certain amount of work for that. But first things first, I need all of you to upload your service learning log sheets. So you just click here so you guys can go ahead and upload those service learning log sheets. That'll give me a better picture of where everyone is in the course. Okay, so there are 2 different service learning alternative assignments. We're going to go ahead and start with part 1. So this assignment is worth 5 service learning hours. So it's an online observation of a nonprofit. And basically you would be doing this online observation of the nonprofit that you were either volunteering at or that you were about to start volunteering at. For this assignment, you will research how your service learning organization is working to make a difference in Milwaukee communities. And it is worth 5 service learning hours if you complete the entire thing. So that will include basically doing online research of the organization. So you'll write a 1-page reflection of your time volunteering at your service learning site, and also to include some of the information that you researched. And then your PowerPoint will include all of the following over here. So name of organization, website address, mission statement, so on and so forth. But if anyone has any questions about any of these requirements, absolutely email me. So your second option is to watch the film Milwaukee 53206. You guys as students have free streaming to this film through this link. If anything, it'll just ask you to log in with your UWM information onto Canopy, which is a streaming website that you have access to as students. There are 11 different prompts. Okay, so after you watch the film, you can complete however many prompts you need to reach your 15-hour minimum. So each prompt is worth 1 hour, and for each prompt you need to write one entire page of writing in double-spaced format. So there's 11 options. Make sure that you indicate which prompt you're responding to at the beginning of your page. Hopefully this particular assignment offers some flexibility. So for example, if someone is missing only 3 hours, you've completed the rest of you've already volunteered a lot and you only have 3 hours left. You could only, pick any 3 of these prompts, and you're basically just writing 3 double-spaced pages, each page addressing 1 prompt, and that would fulfill your service learning requirement. So a few changes to our course. I've altered the syllabus. Let me show you guys here. So I did have to take a few things out. You guys are no longer doing a final reflection paper on your service learning experience. And we no longer have a week on the analysis of class. So those are 2 things that are just thrown out the window in order to kind of accommodate the extended spring break and the shift to online that we've made. So one thing that we do have, kind of replacing that absence of those 2 assignments is an extra credit assignment. So the extra credit assignment is kind of addressing class analysis. So you'd watch this film, it's on YouTube for free, called Salt of the Earth, and you would write a 3-page paper on it. And you'd be addressing all of these prompts within your paper in order to get full credit. So before we left for break, you guys were assigned a midterm draft to complete by the 23rd. So obviously you couldn't turn it in by the 23rd because we had the extended spring break. But I did send you guys an email saying that there would be an extension of that due date until basically today, which is Monday, March 30th. So you have until 11:59 tonight to turn in your midterm draft. So you can turn that draft in under week 7, midterm draft. And then the actual midterm project is now due on April 6th. Okay, so you can also submit it online through Canvas. We already went over all of the details of this project in class, so I'm not gonna delve into that. But if anyone has any questions on the midterm, feel free to message me about that. So in terms of your weekly responsibilities, it will basically be the same as before. You need to complete participation in a weekly discussion and in a weekly reflection. So what's changing with the reflections is that they are now going to be only 200 words. So before they were 400 word reflections, now they will be 200 word reflections. The due date will now be, instead of being Mondays at 1 p.m., it will be Mondays at 11:59 p.m., just like the discussion, which going into that, so for each week, you will go to right over here, discussion section. And then under discussions, you'll see, the date. This week we're discussing ability. So for this week, you guys are going to watch the film Crip Camp on Netflix. Now, I took a poll to see if you guys all had Netflix, which almost everyone responded, but there are a few people who did not respond to the poll. So if you're one of those people, please respond when you can. And then anyone who does not have Netflix, feel free to reach out for me. I do have a kind of alternative available. Okay, so in order to get full credit for the week, be sure to respond to both the discussion questions and be sure to respond to at least 3 classmates in the group discussion. So you guys will be naturally separated into 3 different groups. And basically you'll be having discussions with your group members throughout the weeks. So your response to each question needs to be a minimum of 100 words. Okay, so there's 5 questions. And then let's see. So you need to respond to the posts of at least 3 of your classmates after you have posted all of your responses to the discussion questions. You will only be able to see their posts after you have posted. So your responses should be thoughtful and at least 2 sentences each. And if you do not respond to at least 3 of your classmates, the highest grade you can achieve for the day will be a B. I still want us to try and incorporate the discussion model as much as we can in this class. So this week will be kind of a tester week. We'll see how this goes, and we'll throw out whatever doesn't work and kind of modify in the coming week, depending on how well this goes. Each week, you will now have a document that says instructions for the week. So go ahead and click on that. This one is has a little more information than most will, because it's kind of, catching everyone up to speed. So screenings, discussion questions, and weekly reflections will be assigned every Monday morning at 10 a.m. You will then have 1 week to complete all your weekly work, and all of that weekly work will be due the following Monday at 11:59 p.m., 1 week after it's assigned. So we're going to go ahead and try this model. It might not work. Like if everyone is doing their discussion questions on Monday night, then no one's going to have time to respond to each other's discussion questions. So hopefully you guys will take a little bit more initiative on that, and if not, then we'll have to just adjust how we're going to be doing this. I now have online office hours. They are Mondays from noon to 3 p.m. So this is through email. You can email me anytime between noon and 3 p.m. and I will, as fast as possible, email you back. Within this time, you can also request video chats for meetings. Sometimes you really just can't replicate an in-person conversation. Of course, you can also email me anytime. It's just these specific hours, I will be, on my email and responding to everyone as quickly as possible. You can still turn in late work, except for extra credit and discussion responses. Extra credit, I will not accept late, because it's extra credit. You don't have to do it anyway necessarily. And then discussion responses are meant to replicate attendance and class participation. So if you do not complete your discussion responses by the end of the week, those discussions will eventually be closed for commenting, and they'll go into a kind of archive on Canvas. So just make sure that you get that done within the week. So anything else can still be turned in late by May 4th, 11:59 p.m. Hopefully these weeks of isolation are also a good opportunity for anyone who's fallen behind in reflections to be able to catch up. Remember, you can still get as high as a B on these assignments, and it will definitely bring your grade up. So for next week, the midterm is due on Monday, April 6th by 11:59 p.m. So make sure that you submit that through Canvas. You will be reading Chapter 11 of America on Film for next week's discussion. And I will be assigning the final project next week as well. And again, please feel free to come to me with any issues that you might have about completing any of these specific tasks. I understand that everyone's situation might be different, and I'm definitely going to try and be as accommodating as possible. But of course, if I don't know your situation, then it makes it a little bit harder for me to understand and adapt with you. So just keep me in the loop, everyone, and I hope you have a great week.